Well, our good buddy Nonstop Dre has a request for us. And Dre writes, video request. Dear poor Oprah, speaking of Oprah, here's the following situation for this question. If you had the opportunity to be interviewed by Oprah, and you could talk about any topic and say anything you want to her, nothing is off limits with no drawbacks or consequences, with zero filter, as you do best while getting paid millions of dollars beforehand just to speak to her. Also, have everything you say to go viral on social media and mainstream media channels without being taken down from social media afterwards or being shadow banned for speaking your mind. Oh, so like I get to plug in right to the mainstream and everyone gets to see it. So like I get be treated like Oprah. Here's the question. What would you talk about and why? What would you say to her? If you want to make this a Patreon exclusive, like Sanity is the future of wealth, so that way you can really speak your mind without hurting YouTube's feelings, since YouTube is a publisher now, feel free to do it. I'm willing to pay the extra to hear your 100% unfiltered. It wouldn't be, here's what happens with me. If I'm just normally agitated by something, I'll go off on a tirade and curse and swear. If I'm really angry about something, I know to calm down and choose my words very precisely. And so I focus like a laser when I do that. And if I had this and, I was going to go talk to Oprah, I think what I would do, here's what it's not going to be me ranting or anything sexy like that or cursing or swearing. It's a million different things I could talk about. But what I would do is I'd actually employ her and use her because I'm just morbidly curious. Like, okay, Oprah, do you really believe your own BS? I want to know, like, do you actually believe it? And how did you come up with this idea? Because I think what I'd love to point out to most of humanity is just how much they're being lied to, and how these lies have destroyed them. And Oprah is the perfect, if not the epitomal example. I mean, we could argue the Democrat Party with the Black community, where the Democrats have just raped the Black community. Just horrible. But Oprah was women. That's half the population. Women, for the most part, in my opinion, have been destroyed for men. There's very few equality. We've been destroyed for each other. And I don't know if Oprah was conscious of what she was doing, or accidentally happened upon it, or was business. Now, Oprah is probably the smartest businesswoman out there. It wouldn't surprise me if she knew what she was doing this entire time. And then I got to ask, okay, so you ruined damn well near 2 full generations of women's lives lying to them, telling them what they wanted to hear, not what they needed to hear. And that's all I'd want to know out of Oprah. Like, did you actually believe it? Were you malicious or not? Were you Machiavellian or not? Were you opportunistic or not? Was this just you actually believe? And I don't even know what you believe. Probably keeps changing, as it would over 20, 25-year career, I'm sure. But I'd just be like, yeah, I want to know. Like, let's have a conversation. Like, here's, in addition to all your other impossible things that would be happening, I just want to know, like, she has to speak the truth too. That would be the other compelling. So if I'm going to go online, everyone's going to say, she's got to speak the truth. So did you actually believe this? And then if she didn't, what that would do, it would expose everything. But women would still believe it. They'd still believe the lie. I think the lie, the desire to feel good, is the most powerful force out there for everybody. So you could have your pastor come and says, it's all BS. Jesus is nope. It's all wrong. It's all fake. They'll find another pastor because they choose to believe. They want to believe. But even if she said, yeah, no, it was all a show, it was all a shtick. And then if she says, no, it wasn't all a show, it wasn't all a shtick, I actually believe it. And I asked, well, do you still believe it to this day? I mean, come on, look at how miserable all the ladies are that you led. I mean, do you believe it now still? Do you regret any of it? Nothing wrong in admitting you were wrong. Were you naive? Were you hopeful? But then what I would probably then move on, because if she had to speak the truth, what I think happened with Oprah was well-intended. But I think now in hindsight, as what happens with anyone as you get older, I think she probably realized, oh, shit. Really? Everybody gets a free car, huh? Is that a long-term plan? Is that really successful? And I wonder if she even has some second guessing. And then what I'd love to do is have a conversation about how addicted Americans, but all of humans, but especially Americans, are addicted to lies. I think that would be a fascinating discussion to have go online, where it's like, wow, I mean, and there we could talk about whatever platform, and I could tirade and rant. I could look at communism. Like, how many people have to die before everyone like realizes, oh wait, I don't want to believe in the lie. How many Republic of Chaz's died? How many failed co-ops or socialist business models restaurants? How many of those have to fail and collapse before, the sweet tasting lie is not overpowering enough and overpowers truth? Like, when are humans capable of the independent thought and the strength and the courage it takes to acknowledge it's a lie? I think they all know it's a lie, but to reject the good feeling lie and adhere to truth. And I'd love to have a chat with Oprah about, like, why are lies so addictive? You girls know men don't like fat chicks. You know that. But my gosh, look at to the extent you've gone now to try to normalize obesity. Both men and women, but predominantly women. Well, is this good? Is this healthy? And since you are the foremost purveyor of sweet tasting lies, I mean, you put drug dealers to shame. What's your marketing strategy? I mean, what do you just sell it? I mean, is there a skill? Or do you still believe it? I mean, you still believe that, being obese, everyone's wonderful. You still believe, okay, well, then you're an honest salesman at least. But yeah, I'd like to use Oprah as kind of not the litmus test, but let's put Oprah here. All right. Do you tell, obesity is good? All right. What about here? Do you keep telling the Black community that the Democrats are good? Okay, let's go over here. Is communism still good? All right, let's go over here. It's all inevitable laziness. All the lies boil down to is, here's your excuse not to work. And it comes in the form of, well, you have this type of gender, so you're oppressed, so you are entitled to other people. Remember, you're that type of race, so you're oppressed, so you're entitled. You have this mental illness. There'll be another one. Like, do you really believe all these people have this mental illness? Do you really believe a quarter of women should be on antidepressants? Or is there someone, Oprah, do you believe that nuclear families are important and the presence of a good father is critical to the future success of their children? Every social criticism and commentary, the major ones anyway, I'd have Oprah there, and I'd like, okay, let's go. Let's highlight each lie with you here. All right. And let's have you talk the truth. And then I'd love to see her, well, but like, if she still believed it, like she still had to glom on to the, I don't want to say Democrat leftist socialism, but the ideology, the touchy, the non-blunt, the non-asshole consulting ideology. I'd just love to see her squirm and try and rationalize all this horrific stuff that's happened to people they claim to be helping out the most: minorities, women, poor people, young people, old people. I'm just like, okay, well, how is telling what? Okay, explain it to me, Oprah. Why is it good to tell women they should be fat and that's beautiful? Why? Explain it to me. Well, okay, all right. No, I get it. So it wouldn't be a big tirade. It wouldn't be me, because no one's going to listen. This will only be for my interest. And hopefully that conversation would expose maybe not the hypocrisy or the lies of Oprah, but certainly the hypocrisy and lies of the left and society in general. Maybe people were like, oh, well, you're right. The reason I majored in music therapy was because I was a lazy fuck that didn't want to work. I don't know. Okay. I get that all the time. Yeah, you're right. I just need someone to tell me. You needed someone to tell you not to spend $150,000 in 4 years of your life on a music therapy degree? Really? You needed that? Oh, ice nose for $2. If I rent furniture, will I get the girls? Yes, you need to rent furniture, but it has to go into a brand new house, and you have to invite all the neighbors over when you throw this party, when you rent the furniture. So you can act like the friend. Then you sheepishly have to have the moving company move the furniture back. Then you will get the girls. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.